The rain in Legos did not just fall that night. It screamed against the roof of the black Mercedes like it was trying to break inside. Leo sat in the back seat, the smell of expensive leather filling his nose. He was staring at his phone, a small smile playing on his lips as he refreshed his bank app. The numbers were beautiful. He had just closed the biggest real estate deal of his life. He was officially a big boy in Lakey. All he wanted was to get home, pour a glass of vintage cognac, and tell his wife that their lives had changed forever. The driver was an old man wearing a faded brown cap. He hadn't said a word since Leo hopped in at the hotel. He didn't look at the GPS once. He navigated the flooded, dark streets of Mushin as if he had built every brick and poured every inch of asphalt himself. Leo tapped his gold watch impatiently. "Driver, you are taking the long way. Why are we heading toward the old market? Take the bridge. I am in a very big hurry." The driver's eyes appeared in the rearview mirror. They were milky and calm, like a sea before a massive storm. "The bridge is closed, Leo. The water is angry today. It is hungry for those who try to cross too fast." Leo froze. His heart skipped a beat. He hadn't told the driver his name. He had booked this ride through a private hotel account. "How do you know my name? Do I know you?" The driver did not blink. "I know many things, Leo. I knew your father, Ben. I knew the old, rusty bicycle he rode to work every single day for 30 years, just so you could go to the best schools. I even knew the exact day you stopped calling him because you became too busy making real money." For the next 20 minutes, the car did not feel like a vehicle. It felt like a confession box. The driver began to speak about Leo's life in a way that made his skin crawl. He spoke about the sister Leo had ignored when she begged for help with her children's fees. He spoke about the lies Leo had told to cheat his partners out of that big contract. "Who are you?" Leo shouted, hitting the glass. "Did my family send you? Are you a wizard?" You want to hear Leo's reaction? Hit the subscribe button now so you don't miss any story from K Scripted. The driver laughed quietly. "Your family is far away, Leo, but your conscience is right here in this back seat. You think the money in your phone is your strength? A tree with no roots will fall the moment the wind blows. Your father, Ben, is sick. He's in the village hospital right now. He isn't tired of living. He's just tired of waiting for his son to remember he exists." The car slowed down. The rain stopped as if someone had turned off a giant tap. The dark, scary streets vanished, replaced by the familiar tall gates of Leo's mansion in Lekki. The doors clicked open. Leo sat there, his breath coming in short gasps. He reached into his bag and pulled out a thick bundle of cash. "Take it. Take everything I have here. Just tell me, is he still alive? Is my father okay?" The driver did not touch the money. He took off his brown cap, revealing a head of pure white hair. He looked back at Leo, and for one terrifying second his face looked exactly like Leo's father's face from a photograph taken 30 years ago. "Money cannot buy time, my son. It can only buy a watch. Use the watch to see how much time you have left." Leo scrambled out of the car, his phone ringing in his pocket. It was his mother. He answered it, his voice shaking. "Mama, is Papa okay? Please tell me he is okay." His mother was crying on the other end. "Leo, your father, he just woke up from a long sleep. He told me he saw you in a black car. He told me you were finally coming home. Where are you?" Leo turned around to thank the driver, to scream at him, to ask him who he really was. But the street was empty. There were no tire tracks on the wet road. There was no sound of a departing engine. There was only the quiet wind and the glowing screen of his phone, showing a bank balance that suddenly felt like a pile of worthless paper. Leo did not go into his mansion. He didn't even pack a bag. He got into his own SUV and started the 5-hour drive to the village. The road was lonely and dark, but he wasn't afraid. On the passenger seat sat a faded brown cap. He hadn't put it there. It was just there. When he finally reached the village hospital, he ran through the halls, his expensive suit covered in dust and mud. He burst into room 4, his eyes blurred with tears, but he didn't find a dying man. He found his father Ben, sitting up in bed. Ben looked stronger than he had in years. He was smiling. On the bedside table sat a small, hand-carved wooden toy. A little car Leo had lost when he was a child. "Leo, you are early," Ben said, his voice steady. "The man told me you would be here before the sun came up." Leo fell to his knees by the bed. "Papa, I am so sorry. I forgot everything. Who brought you that toy? Who told you I was coming?" Ben patted Leo's head and pointed to the chair in the corner. "An old friend, Leo, a man in a brown cap. He said he owed me a ride for all the years I spent on that bicycle. He said he was just returning a favor." Leo looked at the empty chair. The debt was finally paid. He stayed in the village for a month, learning how to be a son again. He still had his millions, but he finally understood that the most important things in life don't have a price tag. If this story touched your heart today, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more life-changing stories like this one. Finally, don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. You never know whose life you might change with just one click. Thank you for watching K Scripted. I will see you in the next story.